Brother, when he started out, said that, they always said a new broom sweeps clean. And it was the new guy, the new, very new doc who would ask the question of, have you been in a foreign country exposed to tropical diseases? Is that a possible reason why you have a runny nose? And then the years go by and, they say no, 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 no. And after year 14, you stop asking that question because nobody ever answered it to them. And that's one of the advantages I see to AI. It will ask that question that you go, okay. Or maybe you will do a pre-warm up and we'll ask that question. In my experience, in every single field of everybody, to use your curve, what do they say? The guy who graduates the last in med school, you know what they call him or her? They call him doctor, right?
Yeah.
And we know for a fact that there are bad plumbers and there are bad dentists and there are bad, car mechanics. And there are bad doctors.
Bad storytellers.
Bad storytellers. I tell you
bad
what.
Administrators, bad contractors, bad interim executives. You always got to put yourself in there so that you have credibility, right?
Oh, that right to the quick he went. That hurts. That hurt. But I needed to hear that. So can you give
You're a great storyteller, by the way. It's to make a point, right? Whenever you say those sorts of things, you have to include yourself in the pile.
Yes, that's good. I got to write that down. That's my number one. Okay, for behind the scene, I mean, how do you know? Is there a thin slice way to make sure that I get the best one?
So there is lots of data out there. Unfortunately, most of it is not accessible. The one thing I tell people is this: go where your doctor goes to get their care, or where they send their family members to get their care. Don't go where the doctor or the health or your insurance company refers you. Go where your doctor gets their care, or where your doctor sends their own family to get your care. That's a really good surrogate measure of where the best care is. Because you'll notice something that, your insurance company has their network. We want you to stay in your network because that's where we as an insurance company makes our most money. That's why you want to go here. It's not about quality most of the time. I can tell you that it's mostly about where do we make our most money. We want you to stay in our network. This is where our contracts are. Most of the doctors, because I love doctors, right? But they're influenced by the health system they're working in, and they're tracked by where they refer their patients, and they're pressured to refer patients within the system. Everything's on the bell curve. The 10% in the top say, I could care less what our health system says. I'm referring our patients to where they get the best care, and good for them. 80% are in the middle. They've given in to all the pressure that they get. I got to refer within the system because that's where my payment comes from. That's where I get the most equipment because our money stays here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Or to that, you'll sit down with your doc and they'll say like, okay, how come you're not asking people to have this particular test done? Well, I didn't think they need it. Well, that we make more money when we have people do tests. How come you didn't do this test? And our pattern shows that you're not asking people to do this test.